Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where it is time for another turn in the coil. We are heading back to the Binding Coils of Bahamut today. Hello there, Urianger. Urianger would have you delve deeper into the mystery surrounding the elder primal Bahamut. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Cartano Flats, the unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand were truths great and terrible wrested from those once celestial depths. Yet, as is often the case, an answer doth breed a profusion of questions, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Ne'er have the mysteries of the Red Moon lain so neatly within our grasp. Lady Alize hath sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice and leap unflinching into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land. Mine apologies. I trust I have not kept you waiting over long? Satora, I am both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. I would not waste your time with trivialities. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned, and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve into the cavern beneath Castrum Occidens, and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will well recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite, and within the depths of that structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself. Yet even this great revelation would soon be overshadowed by the appearance of my own dear grandfather. I have since shared our sundry findings with Rambros, preeminent scholar of the Sons of St. Quinoc, and he in turn did kindly furnish me with his theory concerning the Elder Primal's Allegan prison. 'Twould seem that Dalamud was constructed to gather unto itself the rays of the sun, and thence channel this radiant bounty into the Crystal Tower. The ancients saw great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unmanageable magnitude. 'Twas for this reason that they did bind him within the Red Moon to serve as its living core. Okay, so basically, Dalamud and Bahamut are used as a giant solar panel in the sky, and then they beam that energy to the Crystal Tower to act as a battery, I guess? Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey? The colossal devices that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the Elder Primal? From the information provided to us by the Sons of St. Quinoc, we have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulks is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape. And second, they are meant to feed him. Perversely, the selfsame energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted neither to die nor to truly live. He is merely allowed to be. For century upon century was the Elder Primal thus imprisoned, bound about in fetters so subtle in their working, and yet so adamant that though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of his long-departed captors. It has long been held that the Primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet none alive worship Bahamut. Could it be, then, that the Allegans found a way to simulate prayer itself? It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanisms in question also supply something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all the internment hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into the ether. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the Elder Primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm, and found in the Twelveswood and as yet unexplored a fragment of the Lesser Moon, bearing a most familiar etheric signature. And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe we have discovered a point from which this North Shroud fragment, and the second of the internment hulks, can be entered. As Eorzea's sword in the darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will, of course, be there at your side. Once you have made your preparations, head to Falgord Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Serpent Lieutenant Anael. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. I will break these Allegan fetters, for they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Alright then, off to Fallgord floats. It should just be a quick teleport away, no need to cut away for this. Now then, Alize, where are you at? You said you were meeting up with Lieutenant Anael? There you are, Anael. Satora Lanzi, I have been expecting you. My name is Anael. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of the Twin Adder that I may better assist Lady Alize with her endeavors here on the Twelveswood. Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery, and to conduct a preliminary investigation of the Elder Springs fragment. From what we have seen of the exterior, the structure shares many common features with the one you explored in Lenosia, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. Pray seek out my comrade to the south and west. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment, and will be well placed to show you the thing, if nothing less. Okay, let's go meet up with your assistant down there then. Get a little bit more detail on what's been going on with it. Right, we are going this way. Right down real close to the entrance, in fact. Oh my. It's foggy, so we can't see it, but I assure you the shard is right there and covers, like, basically the entire screen right now. What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fists of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger up. I'm Satora Lanzi. I was told to come find you. Oh, my apologies, madam. Lady Alize did send word of your impending arrival, but 'twould seem I've grown rather too accustomed to showing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Mood Dalamud. Oh, I behold it, all right. Okay, there we go. Now we can see a bit of it. Our initial survey uncovered no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, meant that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path which should grant you access to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where our progress ended. The interior? Well, assuming that the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located on the bottommost layer, past all the ingenious and deadly defenses of which the Alligans seem so indecently fond. If you would know more, I'm afraid there is nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Lady Alize will soon be arriving at Fallgord. Pray do not tarry on your way back to the Lieutenant's post. I imagine our young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty, but I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to stint on preparation or provisions. May the 12 watch over you. Indeed. While we got through the first set of the Binding Coils with relative ease, though we did have to cheese turn 5, I was not kidding when I said that the Binding Coils are, on the whole, approaching the difficulty of Savage tier content. And with Savage tier being the second most difficult content in the game, where, in my experience, it's usually about 6 hours of attempts to clear one single instance of a Savage fight. That's just my personal experience. They're very hard. And that's with eye level advantage, in fact. Ooh, dear. Yeah, no, Savage is really difficult. I need to emphasize this. Binding Coils approach the difficulty of Savage. I am fully prepared that this could be a bit of an issue going forward. But, yeah, I think we can do it. Mr. Lanzi, I trust the private explanation was worth the journey. It was. We got the path cleared, we just gotta get in. Simply securing an approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. I dare not think what defeating its inner defenses will entail. If there's aught I might do to aid you. Ah, Lady Els. Oh, my apologies, Master Alphino. Has there been a change of plan? Alphino, you and Alize have really got to find a way to distinguish yourselves more. Urianger informed me of the impending expedition. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow scion before she disappeared into the depths of the second coil. Satora, though I would strenuously deny it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection for our grandsire exceeds even mine own. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alisaie is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil. Yet the fact that she risks her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. No, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead. My sister must needs have a better reason to fight. A time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes for which we risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and fighting for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alisaie must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I am glad that it is you with whom she makes this journey. If Alisaie is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find one than at the side of Eorzea's greatest champion? 'Twas there that I found mine, after all. But 'tis past time I was gone. Fair fortune in your endeavors, Satora. Ah, Lieutenant Anael, was it? I would appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. Lady Alisaie is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumphant return. Alright, thank you, Anael. And the second coil is now accessible. Oh, the entrance is up here? Boo! I was kind of really hoping that the entrance would be down physically at the entrance. But I suppose they're not going to let us get all that close to the entrance. Still, it would have been nice even if they had to put the entrance, like, right around here, say, if they're not going to let us go any further. Or they will let it... Oh, no, they won't let us go further than this. Yeah, it'd be nice if the entrance was at least right here, since, you know, that's the entrance. That giant hole in the wall up there. Shame we don't have a good view of the shard from here, but we'll just have to wait till the weather clears. We'll probably get a good view once our party has organized and we are ready to enter the second coil of Bahamut. So, let's get back to Fallgourd Floats. Here we are. And I'll be back shortly, once the party is ready. Alright, my party has gathered. Basically, none of us have ever done this sync before. So wish us luck, I suppose? Making sure I don't have any of the extra settings on, we're doing this regular synced. Second coil of Bahamut, turn 1. I'll read the description afterwards. Okay, I do have a couple of macros set up. In order to help us with a couple of the mechanics, but I don't know the mechanics well enough, so who knows how useful those are even going to be. Okay, who's not ready? We just had a successful ready check, so who's not ready? Oh, goodness. Okay, so we are... So Fallgourd Float would be right over there, so we're not even in there yet. Like, that's about the closest we can get right over there. on foot. Okay, lovely. So that's why they don't let us just run right up to it. Oh goodness. Corrupted ether, lovely. How strange. Why could we not see all this before? I suppose it is only to be expected that corrupted crystals should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundreds of yalms. The swirling ether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it is not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, Satora? 'Tis imperative that we win through to the depths of this structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again, not while there is hope that he may yet be saved. But mayhap we should put such thoughts from our minds until after we have successfully gained entrance to the place. That opening up ahead appears a suitable point of ingress. Alright, we're not even in yet. Let's do this. Alright, so first off, we need to destroy dark matter clusters on our way in. Drosera is taking over as main tank as we get started here. Let me go ahead and cover them just to give them a little bit of extra defense as we are getting going. Alright, these golems are thankfully not too big of an issue, it looks like. Most of our party does have a significant item level advantage. Except for me, since I'm going in with my gear challenge, so I don't expect these turns to be too difficult. This is definitely where it starts to really pick up in difficulty, ignoring how we cheese turn 5. But it is only going to get more difficult, and having never done it synced, I'm scared to find out exactly how difficult that is. I've been told repeatedly that it is approaching Savage tier, so we could actually get stuck here for a little bit, which I'm worried about. Okay, golems are down. Let's deal with the dark matter cluster. And roselids are going to be coming out of it. Good to know. Let me go ahead and take over for tanking those. Okay, tank stands off. Onwards. And the boss is ahead. Hello, Rafflesia! Let's do a quick countdown. Make sure I've eaten my food. I meant to eat a finger sandwich on our way in, but oh well. And let's get going. Okay. Gave a moment for Drosera to drag initial aggro. I need to pay attention to Drosera's status because we have a tank swap we need to do when one of us hits 2 stacks of the debuff that Drosera has. Don't need to worry about dark matter bulbs unless they end up in the middle. Okay, provoke. And let's swap over. If we get tied up with someone by the thorny vine, we will need to separate out from them far enough to... Oh dear. We will need to separate out far enough from them to break the tether. It is a distance tether. The farther away we are from them, the better. Ah, sorry. Lots to pay attention to. This is actually going pretty smoothly so far, which makes me really worried. Oh, crap. Dark matter bulb right there. We need to get rid of that now. Amanda got the Devour marker. One person will get the Devour marker. They need to hop into the Briar Patch that spawns from the dark matter bulbs. Okay, I need to take over that. There is a bee that has just spawned. That needs to be taken care of ASAP. It is very urgent that that gets dealt with. And now we have the dark matter slugs. Unfortunately, this is way too chaotic for me to even begin to worry about explaining mechanics. I'm so sorry. This is not a guide. This is my first time doing this thing. I hope you understand I am doing my absolute best. I know the dark matter slugs are a nuisance. When you destroy them, they drop acid rain, and then slugs will spawn. The slugs can eat the slimes and become big and dangerous, which can be really bad. Okay, crap. Shoot. Whew. Not a bad first attempt at all. Okay, so with the slugs there, so I believe initially it is slime spawn. You can destroy them and they'll spawn acid rain, which will then start dropping stacks of a debuff on us. And that debuff, once it hits 10 stacks, we're basically guaranteed to die. It'll increase the amount of damage we take with each stack. If we leave any of the slimes alone, the slugs that spawn afterwards can eat them. The slugs will get stronger, bigger, more powerful. So it is kind of a balance. Do you want to leave one of the slimes alive, let one of the slugs eat that? Eat the slimes so that we don't have as much acid rain? Do you want to destroy all the slimes so that we don't have to worry about the slugs being big and powerful? It's a balancing act, which you want to go with. Okay, let's do a quick ready check. This went pretty smooth though. I think we're gonna get it the second attempt. It really does help though that most of our party has a massive eye level advantage. Okay. We just want to watch for 2 stacks of the debuff. And when there's 2 stacks, we can... Oh, I had the Thorny Vine. Thankfully, Lavandula did a good job getting rid of that. Once there's 2 stacks, I'll pull the aggro with my Provoke. Ah, crap. I think it got turned and multiple people got hit with the... Oh, no. Okay, we messed up the Devour there. Shoot. I did not notice who was getting devoured. And I think, yeah, I didn't notice who got devoured, and we all just kind of got sucked in, it seems. Okay, get rid of that dark matter bulb. We always want to get rid of the one in the middle because we want to be tanky in the middle. And when dark matter bulbs appear, they eventually turn into the briar patches. We want those briar patches to stay on the outside. Alright, let me take over. Let those debuffs wear off of you. 2, 1, you're clear. Once I have 2 stacks of the debuff, we can swap off again. God, there is so much to pay attention to. But this is going real smoothly compared to the extremes we've been doing. Okay, that looks to be the slimes coming in. Or the acidic honeys. Oh, crap. Okay. Right, it's slugs. You kill the slugs to spawn the honeys, and the slugs can eat the honeys, and the honeys are what drops the acid rain. Okay, we've got 1 stack of Acid Rain. Okay, Dracera, I need you to tank swap in. Okay, the Acidic Honeys, I think, just have too much health for us to really be able to take care of them. And LB should be able to finish it off at this point. Now, we've got this, we've got this. Good job, everyone. Second pull, I'm proud of us. Heck yeah. Okay, let's grab that loot. I'm going to be trying to go for all of the loot because I definitely need it. Don't need the Ether Stones, but I do want that loot for the actual direct gear. And let's hop out of here. Okay, so... awesome. Thank you to my friends for joining me. We're going to be doing the rest of the turns in just a couple minutes. Your foray into the caverns beneath Castrum Oxidants has led you to an unexpected revelation. The incomplete form of Bahamut, harbinger of the calamity, slumbers deep within the earth. Though seemingly a prisoner, the Elder Primal is gradually being regenerated by the massive Ragnarok-class internment hulks that surround the unmoving entity. Alize reasons that if Bahamut's full restoration is to be prevented, then all 3 coils sustaining and repairing the dreadful being must be deactivated. Filled with new determination, you assemble a group of courageous comrades and set your sights on the fragment of Dalamud found in the North Shroud. Alright. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, the next turn of the Coils of Bahamut. We're doing 1 turn at a time this time.